You got it on there? All right, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, shout out to StreamYard. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to StreamYard. Thanks.
What's up? That's what's up. So appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Shout out to my lovely lady April MC in the building. Shout out to June Sports, Soulmonger, Unique 79 in the motherfucking building. To Phoenix Smiles, Mr. Rojas, what's going on? Dukalek, Studio Horror Music, Captain Creator, what's going on? Joe Mayer, what's popping? Ludway, who else we got up in here? Box and Plug Davis in the building. What's going on? What's popping with your man? Jaybird got game in the building. Sean Namati, what's going on with you? Aussie's in the building. Who else we got up in here? Frankie Shy, what's good? Joe Blast in the building. Scotty Too Hottie is in the building. El Barro, what's popping with you? Who else we got up in here? Vinny Bondany, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. Blastomatic, what's good? So today's topic, we're going to be talking about the average guy myth, why you believe you need to do more to attract women. So we're about to get into that in a minute. But before we get into all of that, you already know what we got to do. We got to show you guys where you guys should be going out here in these streets. So the first thing we got up is make sure you guys go to CunninghamElements.com. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure that you get the soap, the parfum, the shea butter.
Yes, sir.
Go to CunninghamElements.com. Make sure that you guys get that shit cracking. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys do that right now. Also, make sure that you guys hold on.
And real quick, shout out to everybody that's waiting. I got a lot of orders coming in, and so just give me some time. But I appreciate your patience because the eau de parfum is selling like hotcakes.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so bear with
That's what's up.
Bear with me.
And also, make sure that you guys also go to masculineidentitymembership.com because the summer sale is still on until when? Tomorrow? Is tomorrow last day?
Yeah, tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. But here's the thing. I want to show y'all something. Let me show y'all something real quick, man. Hold on. Because I got something on my community page. I don't know if anybody saw it yet, but I got this thing, man. We're going to talk about some real serious stuff. So that's why I wanted to give y'all a chance to get on the membership. I wanted to give y'all till Saturday because my marketing team was like, yo, shut that shit down on Monday.
Right.
Like he was like, yeah, he was like, you could like my marketing team. He was like, yeah, you can shut that shit down. I was like, nah, I got to give my peoples a chance. Mm-hmm. And he was like, all right, whatever, nigga. And I was like, word. So, but I want to show y'all what we're going to be talking about on the next Zoom call, which is why I want to give y'all a chance to be a part of it. So I'm gonna share the screen real quick, man. Show y'all something real quick. So yeah, on the next Monday Night Masterclass, we'll be diving into a powerful and revealing topic: learned helplessness. You understand? It's the invisible force that quietly conditions men to doubt themselves, stay stuck, and settle for less in life, love, and leadership. We'll break down the psychological mechanics of this destructive mindset. And more importantly, we'll show you how to break free from it step by step so you can reclaim your strength, voice, and your masculine identity. So, guys, if you've ever questioned your confidence around women, felt paralyzed or self-doubt, fear of rejection, wonder why you can't fully step into your potential as a man, then this is the Zoom call for you. I need y'all to get on it. Look, if you're not on it, get on it, guys. 99 cents.
That's less than $1. So right now, as we're speaking right now, I see 114 people watching. I need to see 114 people.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
You're not already, right? So, and it says, so this is not just a discussion, it's a transformation. You'll receive, and this is what I've been doing to add value to the membership. I've been giving you guys enhanced PDF worksheets. You understand? Y'all been getting worksheets like with stuff that you can keep on your phone so you can check back in and use that shit in real time. So I'm going to be giving y'all a worksheet designed to help you immediately apply what you learned and begin building the life mindset and relationships you desire. So if you're not a member yet, go to masculineidentitymembership.com, sign up now, use the promo code SUMMER for just 99 cents. for the first month. And remember, the offer is good until this Saturday, 11:59 p.m. So, you know what? I don't know what you're waiting for. It's just 99 cents. And you could be a part of the conversation. We do the Zoom calls 11 p.m. every Monday, right? So look, this is your time to step up and be a part of something that sharpens men, a community that helps you grow, lead, and win. This real talk. Now, I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all this short, man. Let me see if it'll come up.
They're anagrams. Just do the first one.
Can you hear that, Lucario?
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right. So let me just let this play real quick. So they doing anagrams where you rearrange letters and shit, rearrange letters to make new words. But check this out.
One only. An anagram is rearrange the letters to form a word. When you're done, I need to see your hand raised. Put your hands down. Let's just go to number 2. Don't even worry about number 1. When you're done, I want to see your hands up. For number 3, rearrange the letters, and as soon as you do, go ahead and put your hand up. Here's what you need to know. You were both given 2 different lists. This side of the room was given these 3 words. And left side of the room, here you go. They were given bat. What would the word be? The second one, they were given lemon. Brian, the word? Melon. They were easy. The trick here was both of you were given the third word, which was the same. The third word was cinerama, which was American. Your first 2 words on this side of my classroom were not solvable. They were impossible tasks. I'm sorry. I know, but here's what we did this for. I was able to induce something called learned helplessness in the left side of the room very easily within about 5 minutes. I want you to think about what happened to you, this left side of the room, when you saw the right side of the room raising their hands because they already had the task done. Jory.
Felt stupid.
You felt stupid? Okay.
I felt rushed.
Felt rushed? Joelle?
I was even more confused.
You were even more confused because they all got it and you were still struggling. Chelsea? Frustrated. And so what happened to show the differences? Why did you have more of a difficult time with the third word, which was the exact same word? Brian?
My confidence was shot.
What you experienced was a term called learned helplessness. How many have heard of the term before? Let me see your hands. Learned helplessness is often used in the academic literature to mean what? Jory?
Basically, they fail once or can't do something one time, and then they apply that to everything in the future.
They're anagrams.
So, right. You failed. They set you up.
That's real shit.
They basically, so in the scenario, they set the half of the class up to fail twice in a row and see the other side of the class succeed.
Right.
So when they got to the third point where everything was equal, one half of the class already had it in their mind that they was going to fail.
Right.
While the other half of the class succeeded with flying colors. So bro, when I saw this shit, I was like, here we go.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna get so deep, pause into this motherfucker. Because this is half the reason why so many niggas is not getting the bitches that they want, not having the confidence to go talk to the bitches they want to talk to.
Right.
And then fuck bitches, but not having the confidence to go after what you want in life, period.
That's a fact.
Because every time you think you fail, so you embed it in your mind that you're not good enough. And then so when it comes time for you to actually just take the step, you don't even want to take the fucking step. So these are the type of things that we're going to be talking about. Like I said, I'm going to have a whole PDF worksheet for y'all and all that shit, bro. But go join the membership, guys. 99 cents. And you can be a part of that conversation.
And see, that's important, too, because, you know, this is exactly why, like you're saying, that guys are having trouble in the game because y'all are up there, again, looking at other people, worrying about all this other shit. You feel what I'm saying? Being influenced by what everybody else is saying. Like, this is why we say you have to have your masculine identity, your own identity of how you do shit, and stop looking at everybody else. Stop trying to, judge yourself based on others and all that other crazy shit. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you guys do that. And also, guys, make sure that you guys go to shoplocario.com. You feel what I'm saying? You understand?
Just do it.
And get the program or get on the consultation, right? So go to shoplocario.com and make sure you get an online dating consultation with myself in April. If you guys are not on this, you guys are slipping and sliding. You are slacking on your macking. You feel what I'm saying?
On your macking and sleeping on your pimping.
Exactly. So make sure you guys do that. Also, make sure you guys get master the vetting process. Shout out to everybody that's been getting master the vetting process. And look, as you can see, we got 800 ratings. Exactly, 100%.
100% ratings, nigga. Woo!
Well, if you see on the side, you got everybody just giving the ratings, telling everybody how they feel about the product. I'm telling you, and it's at the discount price up until June 30th. So you guys still have a few more days left to get this at the discount price, because remember, July 1st, the price is going up. So if you are not on this by June 30th, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. So make sure you guys do that shit and get that shit cracking. And last but not least,
I'm mad, bro, because we got so much dope shit, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And we ain't even done yet. Last but not least, make sure you guys get on the Bad Boy membership.
Just do it.
Because right now, on the Bad Boy membership, we got the program, 10 ways to get women to prove that they're interested in you. That's the membership right now. And right before that, we got the correct way to have short-term relationships. And before that, we have how to sleep with women in less than an hour. You see what I'm saying? It just keeps going. And before that, we had understanding patterns, how to predict your outcomes with women. So, you know, it just keeps going. There's so much information on the Bad Boy membership you guys are missing out on. You feel what I'm saying? But guys, if you want to call in, the call-in number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. Right. So let's get into this topic, man.
Wait, hold on. I got a missed call. Let me call him back. Hold on.
All right, cool. That shit is funny how you can call niggas back on that shit.
Call niggas back.
Leave your message for.
Oh, he sent me the voicemail. Oh shit. That's crazy.
You got it. Miles.
Yo, I got ghosted. That's fucked up. So 551. No, it went to voicemail because he was already calling back. 551. What's going on with you?
Yo, what's up, Miles? I got a question. This is Cologne from New York.
I see you. I see the PayPal. So appreciate you. How old are you, real quick though? What the fuck?
What happened?
Hello?
Yeah. How old are you, real quick?
24.
24. All right, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no, I want to call in because I'm trying to get on the Master Identity membership, and I'm on the website and I don't see the option.
You don't see the option? What you mean?
Like, I'm seeing the prices because you said it was.
So when you go to the checkout page, you got to go to the checkout page. So pick if you just want to pay 99 cents, you pick the bronze, the lowest tier, and then when you get to the checkout page, it's going to be a part where you could type in the discount code, and you type in SUMMER, and then you'll get the discount.
All right, but so I gotta click Success Starts with Self Mastery.
Okay.
That's the one I gotta click.
Yes, success starts with self mastery. Yes.
All right, bet.
All right. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
All right.
Well, all right. Well, at least, hey, we got somebody joining the Masculine Identity membership, so shout out to him.
As we speak. You feel me? So make sure you guys get up on that shit ASAP.
Yes, sir.
So now we're talking about the average guy myth, why you believe you need to do more to attract hot women. So what does this mean? What is the average guy myth? So the average guy myth is the thing where a lot of you guys think that because you're average, you can't do things that you think guys who are above average can do, right? So what happens is a lot of times I talk about, being direct with women and letting women know what you want, being honest, getting to the point as soon as possible. And a lot of guys believe that this can't happen. Like they're like, Lucario, you can't just like, tell a chick that you want to hook up or whatever it is like that, because they believe that a woman is not going to actually make it happen. So I was on the Game Global show the other day. Me and Miles on the Game Global show, and I saw a comment under the video we did with, it was me, Miles, this dude Deepak, and Mr. Justin, right?
Yeah.
So I screenshotted this comment. I want y'all to see this comment. I'm gonna read this comment. It's gonna talk about what we're talking about here, right? So I'm talking about, being direct with women and all this other stuff. So this is what this guy writes. He says, I understand what Lucario is saying, but the problem that he doesn't just can't seem to fathom is that as an average looking guy, you won't be able to sleep with the women just by being direct. So as you can see, he's already fucking up, because he's saying, well, as an average guy, you just can't do that, right? So now he says, so the examples that he's giving of the same women sleeping with a different guy right away compared to a woman sleeping with a different guy longer is probably because the guy has more status and looks. Basically, this is the argument that I say for a lot of you guys, right? If I meet a woman and her name is, Rebecca or some shit, right? I'm always using white girls' names. So let's say it's Rebecca, right? And let's say I approach Rebecca and I want to smash. And she says to me, hey, we got to get to know each other and blah, 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 right? Now, Miles approaches Rebecca and Miles says, I want to smash. And then she fucks Miles on the first night. So now, why would I deal with Rebecca and wait when I know Rebecca's going to have sex with a guy that she's attracted to now?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Because all I did was walk up to Rebecca and say,
I want to have intercourse with you. Ooh, yeah, intercourse with you.
Relations. Right, like what? So basically, like,
Yes, Daddy.
right. So basically, what I'm saying is that so in this guy's comment, what he's saying is this. He said, so the examples that he's given of the same woman sleeping with the different guy right away compared to a woman sleeping with a different guy longer is probably because the guy has more status and looks. So basically what he would be saying is that if Rebecca sleeps with Miles quick and then she makes me wait, Miles has more looks and status. That's what he's thinking, right? But again, that reinforces him thinking he's average and has to do a lot more shit.
right.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, he also says, so pickup is for average guys who doesn't have a high chance to sleep with 9s and 10s and have a better chance of sleeping with those 9s and 10s. And I think that's what Lucario doesn't understand. So basically he's saying learning what pickup artists teach you it's for average dudes, because average dudes can't just have sex with hot women. They have to chase them, wear them down, spend more time flirting, doing all this other shit, right? And what I'm trying to tell you guys is that is bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? See, what you got to understand is that when you deal with women, right, there are going to be women who are highly interested in you. There are going to be women who don't have high interest in you. And then there are going to be women who have no interest in you, right? So all you need to do is find the women who want to sleep with you now. Like, so this is the thing. You guys are putting the average label on yourselves.
Facts.
So you might meet a woman and that woman sees you as the top-notch guy she wants to have sex with now. But the hard part is a woman's not going to see you that way, or you're going to have less women see you that way because you think you're average. You see what I'm saying? And so it starts with your own mindset. See, this guy's mindset is that, well, I'm just an average guy, so I have to actually do cartwheels and jump through hoops in order to get a woman. In order to get a hot girl, I can't do the same thing as Chad and Tyrone. I can't, these other guys, they have a jawline, so that's why they could go up to a girl. Or these other guys have status, so that's why they could just fuck a girl. And let's say if you think that way, why would you regulate yourself to that though? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, why would you accept that bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're volunteering to accept that you are not highly interested. It's like crazy, but Miles, you thought this shit crazy to me.
Well, it's guys feel like they have to do more because it's what I've been saying for a while, last couple of weeks about how dudes, they let the fact that they desire something make the object of their desire more important than them.
Right.
So they're willing to do more for the chick than they even are to do for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because we could look at the fact that, like, these niggas don't even own a plant in their own house or apartment, but they buying bitches flowers.
Right.
Right. These niggas never been to a steakhouse, but that's where they decide to take the chick to on the first date.
Mm-hmm.
Right. These niggas never been to a Broadway play, but that's where they're taking the chick.
Right.
So many, trying to take these chicks on vacation, giving them money, all this other shit because they feel like, well, she's hot, so I got to do that. Right. Now, what the crazy part is? Women these days believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
But guess who put that belief in their brains?
Right. The guys.
Men. You see what I'm saying? And so the more simping we have, the more we got a lot of guys doing more because they think her hotness means that we got to do more.
Right.
And again, shout out to Myron from Fresh and Fit when he came out with that book, Women Deserve Less.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because the entire narrative has, women believe in it and men believe in it.
Right.
Because you have a lot of guys who are super, like, who are easily influenced.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they see these other guys doing all this shit, inviting chicks on the yacht and renting out, VIP spaces and fucking letting bitches drink all night for free and buying shit for bitches and all this other shit.
Right.
And it's like, man, these niggas believe that that's how it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
And all I could do is just shake my head in shame and disgust.
Right.
Because I know females who they literally go places and leave their fucking card at home. Because they know that there's going to be some fucking weak ass dude that's going to buy all their drinks for the evening.
Right.
They know there's going to be some weak ass bouncer that's going to let them in for free.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I understand how that works because as men, we are the ones who serve. We are the ones who produce. Women are not producers like that.
Right.
So I could kind of understand it. But at the same time, it's like there used to be a time where a woman would be pleasantly surprised and impressed by a man doing something for her.
Right.
Now these bitches think it's something wrong with you if you don't do it. And then they want to fucking scold you and yell at you and all this other shit and act like there's something wrong with you.
Right.
And what I'm saying is that is this whole, the average fucking guy. Like, this is the average guy. He looks at himself and check this out. He don't even look at himself as average. He actually looks at himself as below average.
Right.
Being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Being honest, the average guy is actually below average. Because if we're really talking about the average guy, we're talking about somebody that's fairly successful, somebody that's doing a thing. But the average guy actually thinks he's below average. So he feels like he has to overcompensate for the prettiness of the girl, the cuteness of the girl, the flyness of the girl.
Right.
And why? Because he's thinking about all the other guys that is buying her a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how many dudes out there that the chick would have probably liked them if they was just being themselves.
Right.
Think about that. But because you was trying to be somebody else, you trying to, he bought her this, so I gotta buy her this. Oh, he invited her out to some yacht party. Oh, I gotta do one better and rent a yacht this weekend and invite her out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you don't think nothing you got going on with you is good enough, and because you don't think you're good enough because for yourself. You live your life below average. You live your life not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And so you're a fucking victim. All right, we got 814. You are on live with Mr. Lucario and Miles. Name, age, city. How are you? How are you doing this? You paying? I forget what I say sometimes, but they already hung up. So yeah.
Call back, caller.
Yeah, I don't know why they hung up, but yeah, guys. Yeah, a lot of dudes, it's not average. They see themselves as below average because truthfully, if we looked at the word average, we would all be fairly confident. If average people really thought they were average, we would all be fairly confident. You get what I'm saying?
Basically.
919, you're on live with Lakari and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you? Okay, I don't know what's up. They call in and they hang up. I don't know.
What is going on with these niggas' phones? This is crazy.
I don't know. But yeah, go ahead.
Get your phones checked. So now I got a few videos that I want to show real quick.
Okay.
And one video is of a guy who he's done 1,000 approaches, and he's talking about his experience. And this kind of goes along with, this whole average guy myth. Now, in this video, he doesn't necessarily say what he said when he approached the girls or what he was trying to do or whatever, as far as like what was going on. But throughout the video breakdown, we're going to show basically he's saying certain things that the average guy thinks when it comes to dating and all that other stuff. So this is the first video. Let me put this up. So this is from a YouTuber named Julian Wilson. Let me blow this up real quick. So he said it's called 1,000 Approaches Later, the reality of cold approach success, right? So you see he said he has 2% on there, right? Now, understand that the average guy, right? And it's understandable that the average guy will think this way. The average guy, when they're thinking about approaching women, right?
Oh my God.
Call us.
All right, 518, you're on live with Lakari and Miles. Hello?
Something going on with the phone lines or something? Like, what's going on?
All right, let me see if I could
because I'm like, what is going on with this shit?
see if you can hear me.
See if it's us or them. You know what I'm saying? You're like, it's not me, it's you. Hey, what are you talking about? Oh man. But anyway, but as you're trying to do that, this video right here is give it a word.
Hello.
Yeah, you can hear. Yeah, we
You
good.
can hear me on the show. All right, so it's not us.
All right, cool. So guys, get your phone lines working. You feel what I'm saying? Stop fucking around. But
All right, we got actually another call. They just called in. 502, you're on live with Lakari and Miles. Name, age, city. What's up?
No, I was just testing this out for y'all to see if it works. This is Phoenix.
Okay, what up?
Can you hear me?
Hey, appreciate that, man. Thanks for helping out with the technical difficulties.
yes, sir. We get you good.
Yeah, you all good on this end, man. Y'all stuff is working. I guess some other callers' phones jacked up, or they just hanging up or something.
Okay, all right, appreciate that.
All right. No problem, brother.
All right. So let's get into this video and let's see what he's talking about.
So I've done cold approach for about exactly a year from this date. I started last year, December 17th, and today is December 16th. December 17th last year was the day I moved to Colombia, and I decided to focus on this full time. I left my job. I lost a bunch of money, and I was like, I really need to focus on this part of my life. And I want to share with you the things that I have personally learned over the past year doing this. I have over 1,000 approaches under my belt, and these are my experiences.
Hold on. Does he mean that he lost his job to focus on hollering at bitches?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was connected or he just was like,
or is he just talking about his YouTube channel?
right. I don't know. I have no idea.
That's crazy. Because guys, that's not how you do this. Don't fuck your whole life up just to go out and holler at bitches, bro.
Right.
That's not what we do. All right.
Exactly.
So the first thing is that the rate of success is way, 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 way lower than people think. I think people think that the rate of success is like 10, 20, 30%, but I'm here to tell you that it's probably closer to 2, 3, or 4%, depending on many factors.
So now, first, what he's saying is actually correct for the average guy. Like I've always told you guys this, like when you guys, so even if your game is weak or AKA you have no game, if you approach women, you're going to hit something. You understand what I'm saying? Like by the law of averages, you're guaranteed to let something happen unless you're doing something crazy like, smelling like shit all day, or and even that you could probably, what I'm saying, shit could probably happen. But what happens is that the average guy can actually make shit happen literally just by doing it. This is why we tell you guys to talk to 25 women a day, because just by doing it, something's gonna happen. Do you see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that now. Once you have tighter game, then the percentage is going to go up, because when you have tighter game, what you understand is a lot of different things. You understand what types of women are more likely to respond to you in a certain way. 2, you understand how to have your own type of approach and interaction with a woman that works best for you. You know, all those things.
All right. 814, you are on live with Lakari and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you? 814.
I think these niggas is trolling. They got to be trolling. Because if they're not talking, they trolling. Anyway, let's continue.
I thought I would get into it and I would just fucking crush it, like 10, 20, 30% conversion rates. Like, you meet 10 girls and you hook up with 3. So I've done over 1,000 approaches.
And see, that's the type of shit that happens when you have game. You'll have 10, 20, 30% situations happening that way. But when you're just like, and this is good, I commend him for actually going out there, because he's doing more than most guys will ever do.
Thanks.
So the thing is that when you go out there and just do it, you're going to hit something. But if you are skilled, you understand what I'm saying, as far as knowing what to do, how to do it, and have the way that you do it, then you're going to have a higher conversion rate. Now, what I want you guys to understand is, and as we watch this video, he's going to say certain things that are going to show you the mentality of the guy who looks at himself or considers himself average. But let's continue.
And I have roughly 20 hookups. So that means my success rate was 2%.
And now check this out. In a year, he smashed 20 women. That's more women than most guys smash in their entire life.
Facts.
So you see what I'm saying? So with 1 year of just approaching these women, he smashed 20 women.
That's like 2 bitches a month.
Right. Now, this is the funny part. Check this out. The average guy sees that as a loss or low. Because check it out, he's saying like, oh, it's only 2%. Nigga, you smashed 20 women in a year.
And it's 2% out of 1,000. So you got to multiply 2 times 10.
Right. So you see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. But again, it's about the mindset. Remember, when you have the average man's mindset, you're always looking at the negative. Now he should have been like, yo, guys, realize this whole video could have been different? The whole video could have been like, yo, guys, check this out. I smashed 20 women in a year, and I'm going to show you how I did it. All I did was approach 1,000 women, and I got 2%. That's 20. Like, you see how it would have been a different video?
Right.
But when you have an average mindset, that's what happens. You're looking at the fucking, you see what I'm saying?
You're looking at the glass half empty.
Right, exactly. You see what I mean? Well, let's continue.
And that's the rate. It sounds, depending on who you are, that might sound high or low. So say I approach.
See, he said depending on who you are. So, so what does that say about how he views himself? But let's continue.
100 girls. Out of 100 girls, I might get 20 or 30 numbers. From those 20 or 30 numbers, I might get maybe 3 to 7 dates. And then of those dates, I might only connect or hook up with maybe 1 to 3 of them.
That sounds about right. You know what I'm saying? That sounds about. And see, guys, why do you think we tell you guys to play the numbers game? You see what I'm saying? See, the thing is this. There's a difference between what you think something is supposed to be and what it actually is. So a lot of guys on the internet, they have this idea of what they think something is supposed to be versus what it actually is. So he's actually doing pretty good. You understand what I'm saying? As far as what he's done. You see what I mean? And all he did was actually take action. It's really that simple, but let's continue.
The second thing is the rate of getting really hot chicks. Now, I define as a hot chick as like, depending on your scale, 8.5, 9, or 10. I personally, in 1,000 approaches, only got 2 of these girls. So that would mean that my success rate is 0.2% or something like that.
You know what's funny about that? If we're gonna be honest, right? If you and I say this as a person who knows himself, because mostly I don't know yourself, so you're not gonna understand what I'm about to say. I don't come across a lot of hot women, like generally, because what I find is hot, it's not abundant because it's niched down to my specifications.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So how are you? So basically, you're not gonna find the quote unquote hot chicks all the time. So basically, like this, guys, the more chicks you have sex with, the less hot women is gonna be in the pool. You understand what I'm saying? Because what you actually see as hot, like I can probably count on one hand how many women that I've seen in the past maybe like 5 years where I saw and was like, God damn. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you see what I mean? Like that was like, yo, like in the past 5 years, I've probably seen like 3.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
That's real talk.
So what are we talking about here? Like most women that you see are not going to make you understand what I'm saying? And that just goes all across the board for everybody, man, woman, or whatever.
Exactly.
Most motherfuckers that you encounter are not going to be like, oh my God, this person's so physically attractive. Now you'll see people who are, you'll see women who are cute that look good and all this other stuff.
Right.
But what I'm talking about is like a motherfucker where like there's this thing where you're compelled to talk to the woman. You're like,
dude, like, yo, I
love
those, bro. I love those.
Right.
That's when like all that nervous or anxiety shit, that shit goes out the window because you just like, I got to say something to this motherfucker right here.
Exactly.
But shout out to LeBron, shout out to Frankie Shy for for their support.
Appreciate your fam.
We got 20 from LeBron and we got a 20 from Frankie Shaw. We appreciate y'all, man. But I want to say this too, because I want you guys to understand how critical the mindset is when it comes to this type of stuff.
Right.
Think about some of the programs that Lucario has on the Bad Boy membership about understanding patterns, about how to sleep with a chick in an hour, and all these different things. What you have to understand is that, again, with the average or the below average guy, because you could tell by his attitude that he thinks he's way below average because we only got 2%, bro. It's kind of, and then for hot chicks, it's only like 0.2. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy, man. So you could tell by his tone, his delivery, his demeanor that he's at a certain level. Now, usually guys like this with that type of demeanor, because they're so like negative or glass half empty, pessimistic.
Right.
They don't understand how to strategically learn from all of this.
Right.
They don't even think that there is any information to learn by approaching women and learning how to say, okay, these type of chicks act like this. Or when I go to this type of venue, chicks behave like this. Or when I come over here, I can use this type of, icebreaker or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Right. Because guys like this don't believe in they don't believe in the knowledge aspect.
Right.
Like they don't think that they can get better. Why? Because they don't focus on themselves.
Exactly.
And them not focusing on themselves doesn't allow them to start to fine tune their game, because every next bitch that they talk to, they try to switch up.
Right.
So from female 1 to female 1,000, he's been 1,000 different niggas.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's real shit.
Female 1 to 1,000, he's been 1,000 different motherfuckers because he has no real masculine identity. He tried to fucking and granted, maybe he said the same thing to each girl, but after she responded back and she was like, oh, well, and he was like, oh, well, maybe we can meet for drinks. And she's like, oh, I don't want to meet for drinks. I want to go for dinner. And he's like, oh, yeah, maybe we could do dinner.
Right.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's extra hard. It's extra tough or difficult for guys like this to really make any real progress, because I honestly believe, and again, like you said, shout out to him for actually going out and putting in the work. But I honestly believe by like, you know, bitch 500, you should start to have shit where you already have a few things set up so you could just knock down the dominoes easy.
Right. That's exactly.
But because every time you approach, you try to start from absolute zero because you're waiting for the bitch to tell you who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never actually get to the point where you start to, like Lucario says in the Bad Boy membership, recognize patterns.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never recognize any patterns because you're always starting from zero, because you're always trying to be somebody different for the next female.
Right. That's a fact. And that's what that program is about. That teaches you have to notice the patterns within yourself that's yielding a certain result. So you're like, oh, every time I do A, B, and C, I notice I get this response. When I do D, E, and F, I get this response. But guess what? The whole alphabet is you. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It has to be coming from your masculine identity. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let's do this shit.
Now, I don't think I'm a bad-looking guy, and honestly, I think I'm far from it. I think I have above-average looks in many aspects, but I didn't really think it would be this hard.
All right, we got 678. You're on live with Lucario and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Are you a free call?
There are no free calls.
No free calls.
No, in the chat. I thought in the chat it said someone said free call.
Who said that?
I swear, I was in the chat.
My bad. You're right. It just came in. Yeah. Shout out to June for one free call. My nigga.
Yo, he was on it. Efosis is on it. But let's go. Go ahead.
Efosa, what's up, man? What's your question?
So our question is that Mrs. Lucario tells about that it's not hard to get hot girls, right?
No.
It's not hard to get hot girls. But now you're saying that like it's not many hot girls out there. So if it's not many hot girls out there, how is it easy to give a hot girl or give average girls, looking girls?
Ooh, he got you, Lucario. You're
So Efosa, let me ask you a question. You ever been to China?
No, I ain't really trying to know.
Okay, now, if you go to China and you see a Chinese girl that you're attracted to and she wants to get with you and have sex with you and she got an outer belly button, or what you like, the outer or the any belly buttons?
You like the outer belly
button?
Audi.
You got a Chinese girl with an outer belly button. Is it going to be hard for her to attract you?
Well, I don't like Asian girls like that, but no.
Okay, so I'm making the point that if you were in China, you would be probably one of the few black people there. But just because you're one of the few black people doesn't mean that it makes it harder for a woman to attract you. So if if you're looking at women and you see this woman and you think that she is really, really hot, you understand what I'm saying? It's not going to be harder to attract her because in your mind she's hot, because that's just she's hot to you. To everybody else, she could be average or regular to a whole bunch of other people. So what you guys have to understand is that a woman being hot or not, one, is in your mind, and two, whether she's hot or not doesn't equate to how difficult it is to attract her sexually, because she's a human being just like every other woman and every other person who likes sex. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just because you say, man, I only saw a really hot chick once this week. That one hot chick you saw, that doesn't mean that she's going to be difficult to get because you think she's hot and that's the one chick you saw. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand that attractiveness is in your mind. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality you're in with that particular situation and that woman. So it doesn't make it to where like, damn, because I find her attractive, that means she's going to be hard to get. No, that doesn't make any sense, because also what happens is that she's an individual with her own needs. So if she finds a man who she's attracted to, let's say she's attracted to you sexually, she's going to throw the pussy at you. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that you have to have this mindset of her being hot equals getting her is hard. Because what you're essentially saying is you're putting her on that pedestal, off rip. You're saying there's something special about her. No, there's not anything special about her. You are just highly attracted to her physically, but that doesn't mean she's special. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that you being highly attracted to her physically doesn't mean that it's going to be difficult for you to have sex with that woman, because if that woman is highly sexually attracted to you too, guess what? Y'all are going to probably end up having sex. It's that simple. You see what I'm saying?
My type is a black chick with Audi belly button. That's my type.
Okay, well that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate the call, Efosa.
Thank you. Thank you, Efosa. Have a good weekend, bro.
Take care. Take care.
Right, take it easy.
All right, hold on. Let's rewind this a little bit. So you said right here,
bad looking guy, and honestly, I think I'm far from it. I think I have above average looks.
So wait, so hold on. See, this doesn't make any sense, because I thought it was all about looks. So if he's not a bad looking dude, then it doesn't. It doesn't compute to me, because I thought everything was about looks. You understand what I'm saying? And look at this guy. Look at his jawline. I'm about to do my black pill shit. Look at his jawline. I mean, this guy is damn near a Chad. What are you guys talking about? Why? This doesn't make any sense. You feel what I'm saying? But let's continue.
In many aspects, but I didn't really think it would be this hard. It's just really rare to get a really hot chick from cold approach. It is extremely rare. I'm not saying it's not possible, but just from my experience, it's extremely difficult. And I think that's just the nature of the skill.
But wait a second. Can we okay, can we look at reality? Right? Like I'm just saying, when anybody under the sound of my voice, when you go outside, how many quote unquote hot women do you see on a regular? Like, can we normalize that? Like, hot people are rare. Period. Mm-hmm. Can we? Just like how, it's only a certain percentage of men that are like 6 feet tall, right? There's only a certain percentage of men that make, $1 million a month or even $1 million a year. Mm-hmm. Can we also deal with the fact that most women are average?
Right. And also it's actually more rare than a person being 6 feet or making $1 bazillion. And the reason why it's even more rare is because what you define as hot is subjective. So it's going to be even more rare.
It's going to be even more rare because you're going to be picky about what you think is super hot.
Exactly.
So that's not going to come by often. Like that's
what I'm saying.
Like, this is the delusional shit that I think holds a lot of these dudes back mentally. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, oh man, there's not a lot of hot chicks. So what's the point of even going out and talking to girls, bro? It's like, it's not a lot of hot chicks in general because, bro, even while I'm scrolling through Instagram or whatever it is, I'm still like, ugh. Next.
Right, because this is the thing. You guys got to differentiate. There's a difference between hot and fuckable.
Right.
There's a lot of fuckable women.
Right.
A lot of fuckable women, bro. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, shit, not to mention for a cat like me, like I'm looking for natural hair. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking for a certain type of attitude. Right. I'm looking for so many different things. So of course, the really like top choice hot females in any of our preferences is going to be rare.
Exactly.
Do I sound crazy? Like, what the fuck is this?
But see, the reason why you might sound crazy to some of these niggas is because most of these niggas only know what hot is based on what they've been told is hot.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? So they if even with this is why they equate hot to Instagram model, because you had to be told that was hot.
Exactly.
And see, to me, this is the thing, right? You got to understand how, like, when your game is on point, right, and you know yourself, what's hot to you is usually totally different than what people are telling you is hot. Because what happens is that when you're surface level, hot to you a lot of times is just based on the physical of what people generally say is supposed to be hot. Now, when your game gets tighter, follow what I'm saying here, guys, is I'll give you a perfect example for me. A lot of times what will happen is that a woman is hot to me physically, not just because, of her looking good physically in general. It's specific things that I'm attracted to based on my experience of dealing with those specific things. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, a chick might have a certain, like I like chicks who have nice thighs, you understand, and a fat ass, right? So more like a thicker type of thing. So a chick could be, short, tall, whatever, but if she's thick, that I like that. But that's because of my experience hooking up and having sex with women who have that body type. You understand what I'm saying? Or I could look at a woman's lips and be like, oh yeah, I remember the other girl that I was fucking with had similar lips and I like that. So this is why I'm attracted to her. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, if you have no experience, what is your experience? I don't know, Instagram, TV. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dudes don't understand this shit.
And we have again, this is why there's so much delusion, because we have to remember that there's an algorithm that curates the quote unquote hot women on your social media.
Exactly.
So you're going to be inundated with them.
Mm-hmm.
So you see them on your phone all the time and you think, oh man, they should be outside just like that. But that's not real.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fucking real, guys.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this shit is really mindset shit where niggas it's like they don't pay attention to the reality of the game.
Right.
It's like, oh, well, if it's pickup, then I should be able to just go out and holler at, 100 hot women, like of the hot, like, and not just the hottest women, but 100 of the women that I think that are hot.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And they, they should be just out here like this, bro. Right. And if they're not, then that means there's something wrong with the game, bro.
Right. They think this is a video game or some shit, like they playing Grand Theft Auto or something. Like they just
niggas is more delusional than the bitches they fucking resent.
Exactly. It's crazy. Let's continue this shit.
If you think about it, a really hot chick has a ton of options. Why would a really hot chick who has, the cream of the crop in her Instagram, all this stuff, be going out with a random dude?
You see what I'm saying? Average man thinking. Average man thinking. You see that? Why would a woman who is the cream of the crop and have all these guys in her Instagram, why would she want to just talk to little old me in the streets? You see how your mindset fucks you up in a game? You see what I'm saying? This is what we're trying to tell you guys. It's your fucking mind that makes you see yourself as lesser. You're putting the woman on a pedestal. You don't value yourself. You value the woman more than you value yourself. Again, remember, you can see things in so many different ways. He could have said, you know what? This hot chick over here, she has a lot of these guys in her DMs, and I know she's so tired of these losers. She hasn't met a real man, so let me give her the opportunity to meet a real man today in the street. You see how a different viewpoint?
Yep.
It's the same topic, two different ways of seeing the shit.
Right.
He's like, oh, well, this girl has so many guys in her DM. Why would she want a regular guy like me? You know what I'm saying? Are you guys not seeing this? What did Justin Bieber say the other day? Is this not clocking to you? You see Justin Bieber say that shit? It's like, guys, it's not clocking to you guys. You got to understand this shit, guys. But anyway, let's continue.
That she met on the street. I'm not saying it's not possible. I have done it, but it's way, way more rare than people think. And obviously keeping that girl is a completely different story. All right, the third thing is that the nervousness literally never went away. I mean, the first 50, 100 approaches were, I was fucking super nervous, but even the 500, 600, 700, 1,000th approach, I'm still nervous. It never went away. The only thing that really changed was I just got better. I think my conversations got more predictable, and my brain had less kind of unknowns to deal with. I think.
See, so basically that's what happens when you guys go out there and talk. You get used to talking, so then you start picking up patterns in your mind of what to say and how to say it and how to do the shit. Right now, he's saying that he's still getting nervous. Now, a lot of times that will happen. When you approach and talk to women, the more time you stop, the more the nervousness is going to come back.
Right.
You understand? So for example, if you talk to a woman, if you're out on a Friday night, the first girl is usually the hardest girl to talk to because you got to push yourself to do it. After you talk to that girl, right, then it's like, okay, the second and third girl's easier, and then you're sort of in that flow. Right now, what happens is that if you talk to a girl Friday night, or you was talking to girls Friday night, and it's been a week and a half, and then you go back out and try it again next week, then the nervousness will probably come back because now you're, getting back into it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's something that normal that'll usually happen. You know what I mean?
And shout out to him for like seeing that starting to recognize certain things with the conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, the more repetition you get, I still consider him to have weak game, but the more repetition you get, you gotta see shit, bro. There's no way you don't notice anything.
Right.
You understand? You gotta see shit. But see, the reason why I still have the understanding that his game still didn't really elevate is because he's still not saying that, okay, I recognize certain things from my conversation, and so I decided to do this.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He noticed things, but he's still at the mercy of whatever he notices.
Right.
He's using that information to take like autonomy and to influence the outcomes. You get what I'm saying? That's the part that's still missing.
Mm-hmm. Right, because he's not actually applying what's being done and saying, oh, I can go in this direction in order to create this sort of outcome. He's just saying, well, this is what happened and this is what I noticed and this is just how it is.
Right.
Like it's almost like he's making final statements like, well, this is just how it is, guys. So I done did it. I'm letting you know this is how it is, and that's the end all be all. It's like that type of shit.
Only thing that really changed. Even if I'm about to do an approach right now after doing 1,000, it still feels pretty much exactly the same. I also learned that most of this is just purely reference experiences. Doing this more and more often, doing more and more approaches at different quote-unquote difficulty levels, and managing all those nerves, expectations, is all about having enough reference experiences. It's about having enough, tacks on the belt, not just on the belt, to know that generally it's possible. This is kind of what's generally going to happen. And because that's where most of the anxiety comes from, just not really knowing what's going to happen.
And see, what he's saying right here is important because it's what we always tell you motherfuckers is that when you're out there, when we tell you that the guys talk to 25 women a day, we're not saying it just because. We're saying it because you get you get experience of actually seeing how it is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Whereas if you guys are just on the internet all fucking day, don't actually go out there and do anything ever, then you're not going to actually know what's the reality of the situation. You see what I'm saying? So you got to go out there and do shit.
But having these reference experiences, it's not like a conscious thing that I had, but an unconscious kind of security, insurance that my brain used to help manage all the nerves that I felt the whole time I was doing it. The next thing is that, in my opinion, meeting girls and approaching girls is the easiest part of this whole journey by far. Now, everything on the internet is basically focused on tips and meeting girls and strategies to meet girls. But I think once you actually go through this thing, you realize that actually going up and talking to the girl is really easy. The hard part is building a relationship with someone. Now, that might sound counterintuitive, but it's really true. The amount of insecurity and doubt and fear that I had when I actually started dating a girl, sleeping with her, and seeing her often, and all that stuff that brought up about how I believed in myself and my internal identity, these things were way, way, way more difficult to deal with than actually just walking up to the girl, having a 30-second conversation and asking for her number.
You see, exactly. You see what I'm saying? And this is what we try to tell you guys. You guys are so stuck on, oh my God, I'm scared to get rejected. I'm like, bro, that's nothing.
That's
you know what I'm saying? That is nothing.
Nothing.
You know what I mean?
And I want to be clear. When he said your internal identity, what he meant was your masculine identity.
Facts. Real shit.
But he said, but dealing with that's the hard part, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you need both memberships.
Right.
Because until you could truly come to terms with yourself,
mm-hmm.
All the rest of the shit is still going to be tough.
Real talk. And we got 6 free calls available, people. 6 free calls. So make sure you guys call in if you need to call in. Now I want y'all to pay attention to what he's about to say, because this is like the crux of what we talk about when we talk about having game and how the game is not about women. Listen to what he's about to say real quick.
The relationships, I think, are always difficult, and they really bring out the biggest all the insecurities that you have in yourself. Also, the pain of rejection compounds depending on how long you've been interacting or dating the girl. Getting rejected on the approach feels nothing in compared to getting rejected on the 5th or 6th, 7th, 10th, 15th date after dating someone. The amount of pain that I felt, dating someone and starting to like her and then opening up to her and getting rejected was way, way, way worse than getting blown out on the random street corner.
So basically what he said is the pain that he felt when he was actually seeing a woman consistently and then her ghosting, not wanting to fuck with him or whatever, right? He's like, that shit is and see, this is what we talk about, where the game is not about women. See, the game is, can you actually see that woman consistently, have her ghost you or not want to see you anymore, and can you still be okay? Can that be painless?
Right.
So if you still have pain, that means your game is weak.
Your game is super weak with your bitch.
You know what I'm saying? And this is why we say the game is not about women, because it's about you being able to go through that painless.
Right.
That's when you know your game is tight. So this is why I tell you guys that all of this shit about, oh, well, this guy got a baddie, and oh, this guy has girls coming up to him, or oh, this guy is in pain. Your game is weak. But we got a call.
A lot of pain, man. All right, so we got 781. You're on live with Lucario and Miles. Name, age, city, and how can we help you?
Yeah, George, 24, Boston. Is the audio good?
Yeah, the audio is good. You using a free call or you supporting or what?
Yeah, I'll use a free call.
No problem. No problem. Go ahead. What's your question there, buddy?
No, it's not even a question. It's kind of like because you were just talking about like patterns and stuff like that, right? And it reminds me of back when I was like in school and learning the scientific method. I'm not sure if you know that, but it's basically like whenever you're trying
hypothesis and collecting data and then coming up with a conclusion. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So like when you're in that process of trying to figure out what an outcome is, they tell you like you want to minimize the amount of variables so you can correctly identify what is actually, causing the outcome, right?
Right.
And, when you're talking about, recognizing patterns and stuff like that, you can't go into every single, like when let's say you go up to 100 chicks, you can't go up to 100 chicks and each time see a different thing, because now you're changing the variable of this, and you don't know whether or not it's this that got you the result or whether or not it's the chick, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like the whole idea of kind of scanning and who you are falls in line, with, I guess, the scientific method and kind of following that process where it's like, you want to minimize the amount of variables. And if you're going out and you're changing who you are each time you go up to a chick, it's like, how do you know whether or not the chick actually fucks with you or because of what you said? And it's like, it just makes you even more confused. So just wanted to say that real quick.
Right. Real talk.
That's a fact. That's why we tell you, got to stand in your shit, stand in your masculine identity. This is why Steve talks about one way, one mind. It's all the same stuff.
So having a masculine identity is like the scientific method. Like what more proof do you need, guys? I mean, come on now.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I was listening and I was like, yeah, it's like that, But
facts.
That's it, man.
All right, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the call, man. That's a great comparison.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
All right, peace, bro.
All right, so guys, call. We got 5 free calls left, so you guys can call up and make that happen. All right, so let's see what else he's saying over here.
With some random girl. It's just not comparable. The next thing is going out with a wingman. Now, at the beginning, this was something that, I did a lot, but once I got more and more confident, I was able to go out by myself.
You got a call.
All right, we got 201. 201, you were on live with the Cario and Miles. Name, age, city. Are you taking a free call or are you supporting?
Free call.
All right, go ahead.
This is Duran, 29, Los Angeles.
Okay, that's what's up, man. What's your question?
I want to know why do we get with people that
okay,
don't
rephrase.
like us?
No. Rephrase. I need you to say, why do I? Rephrase that, please. Go ahead.
Why do I get with people that I don't really like that?
Because you don't like yourself. And you think you deserve what you don't like. Deep down.
All right.
How can we fix that? How can we do better?
Well, I guess play the numbers game.
No, but not just that, but how could we fix looking at ourselves a certain way and deciding what we actually deserve in life? Or what do we not what we deserve,
changing our mindset,
but what we're willing to work for or what we're willing to earn. Yeah, we got to change our mindset, right? We got to love ourselves a little bit more. We have to. If you believe that you deserve people that you don't like, then that's what you're going to attract. That's what you're going to find yourself with.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let me ask you this question: do you believe that you are willing? Are you willing to work for being with a person that you like?
Yeah, I'm willing to put in the work.
Yeah, that don't really sound believable.
It is. It's because you gotta put in work to build the woman up.
Okay, so let's go with that. Let's go with that. So why have you been getting with people that you don't really like then?
Well, I wouldn't say I don't like them. They just
I'll
go
up
and approach a woman, and I'll ask her out, and she'll be like, "I'm not interested," and all that. But like,
wait,
that's the part I don't understand.
Caller, come back. Let's rewind a little bit. You said you started to say, why do people get with people they don't like? And I said, well, we need to focus the question on yourself. So then you said, why do I get with people that I don't like? Now, are you talking about approaching women that don't like you? Or what are you talking about, man? Let's start over and be honest.
I don't know if they don't like me or they do, but it's just like whenever I approach women, they're not trying to go out, but I see myself as a winner every day, so that's what I'm trying to understand.
Caller, how old are you?
How old? 29.
You're 29?
Yeah, 29.
Yeah.
So you've never been out on a date?
Yeah, I have been on dates. I'm just saying, like, I guess like.
So wait. So the dates you were out on, you didn't like the women? Like you didn't like them?
I did.
So then what's the problem?
He's not talking about that.
I'm not getting as much dates.
So then
more rejection than dates.
So that has nothing to do with these women liking you or not, though.
Okay.
So this is the problem, caller. You're just not putting.
You just go on the date for attention, right? She don't have to like you.
Right. But why are you worried about her liking you? Why are you worried so much about her liking you?
I'm not. I'm just trying to understand why I'm not having success.
Caller.
Wait, caller, real quick. So how many women have you approached this month? This June is almost over. How many women you talked to?
Like more than 10.
More than 10. It could be a million. How many?
I would say like 15.
15. Okay, now you approach 15, and this guy. Have you been watching this video that we showing with this dude?
Nah, I just got on.
Okay, so we're watching a video of a guy who approached 1,000 women.
Okay.
Why are you only approaching 15 in a month?
Well, I have work and shit like that. So whenever I can, I do it. Whenever I can.
Oh, you got work? Oh man.
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
I'm not gonna get fired for trying to holler at bitches.
Oh, you got work. Oh, man.
Whenever I can.
So, Cole, you don't do online dating?
I do online dating as well.
Oh.
So then what's the problem?
Whenever I'm waiting for the bus, I'll talk to the women at the bus stop. They don't want to go on dates. Whenever I go into the grocery store when I'm on my lunch, they don't want to go on dates. Like,
but caller, it sounds like
do they see me as more valuable than them? Is that what it is? Like,
no, caller, you're not doing the work, bro. Okay? How many days in a month?
30.
How many women you said you approached this month?
Like 15.
So what does that tell us about the amount of women you approached today?
I need to do more.
Okay, there you go. That is literally the answer to your question.
It's
more.
It's just more rejection until I get the women that want me.
Yes. Why do I don't understand. Why do y'all think this is like a magic trick? I don't understand. Like,
I don't understand why like these chicks keep rejecting me. I'm a winner. Like I don't. Like,
no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not a winner. Because if you was a winner, you would do what winners do. You understand? If I listen,
like you win.
No. If I called you, caller, and I said, "Hey, caller, I want to lose weight and build muscle," and you say, "Well, how often you go to the gym?" Well, I went to the gym like 15 times. No, nigga, you got to go damn near every day if you want to do it. You got to eat right. You got to do all the work it takes to get to where you're trying to go. So how are you going to call yourself a winner if you're not doing what winners do? So you think LeBron?
I win at stuff in life as well.
You're more like a wiener.
Like what? What do you win in life at? Doing what? Tell us.
Like race. Like if we like competition. Like if we're doing a competition, I'll have a mindset like I gotta win. I gotta get first place.
Like what? So what have you done? What have you done recently that reflects that? Like
go-karting.
So you know how to do go-karting?
Yeah, but like the point is that I got first place because I'm a winner.
No. But this is what I'm saying. How did you just wake up one day and know how to do that, or did you have to do it and get good to win?
No, you got to keep doing it.
Okay, then there you go. You see how it keeps going back? You see how it keeps. Caller, you know what the answer is. Let's stop bullshitting. Come on. Y'all motherfuckers be bullshitting.
Caller, you're it's not that, you know what it is? You are doing what you think should be enough, but you are not getting the results you want, and it's frustrating you, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, what it is that You have an expectation of the game, and you're not paying attention on the reality of the game. Caller, don't you understand? Listen, a man and a woman are two separate human beings, right?
Yeah.
And all of us are complicated beings from different cultures, backgrounds, nationalities, right? And then on top of all of that, our schedules have to make sense, and all of these things have to work together for us to get together. So we must understand the reality of the game, that we have to put ourselves in position to win. How do you put yourself in position to win? You got to do more.
Go outside your comfort zone.
Like, all right. I'll put it to you like this: you ever played the lottery?
Sometimes.
Okay, every once in a while, I'll do it too. I'm not a gambler or nothing like that, but every once in a while, when the jackpot is on some, crazy shit, I might just, spend a good 20 and write down my birthday and my nephew's birthday and all that dumb shit, right?
Yep.
But do you understand the reality of winning the lottery? It's like 1 in something billion.
You're more likely gonna lose.
Exactly. No, you're more. No, your numbers are just not going to hit. You're not going to lose. There's no such thing as losing the lottery.
Okay.
Do you understand? There's no such thing as losing the lottery. You choose some numbers and those numbers didn't get picked. That's all. You didn't lose. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Okay.
Because you paid your money. You paid your money for a chance
it was a risk.
No. Listen closely.
Gamble.
Listen closely. You paid your money on a chance to win with the numbers that you chose. If the numbers that you choose don't get chosen, then that's all that happened. You gave yourself a chance to win. You understand? Right. But it's not
again tomorrow.
It's not about losing right now. If you really wanted to win the lottery, how would you put yourself in position to win? Outside of cheating.
Play every day.
You would have to give yourself more chances to win, or you would have to buy a whole lot more tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But because buying a bunch of tickets is not feasible, what a lot of people do is they play every day.
Right.
You understand? So I'm not encouraging anybody to go out there and gamble and shit. But what I'm saying is we have to play the game every day in order to put ourselves in position to win. And again, if you keep thinking about it as losing, then it's only going to affect your psyche. And so you're going to feel like every time you meet a woman that's not compatible with you, you're going to feel like you lost something. No, all you did was give your chance to you gave this woman a chance to see if she was compatible with you.
Right.
Because she wasn't compatible with you don't mean you lost. You didn't lose anything. You gave
lost.
You gave it. No, she didn't lose either. There's no losing. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. There's no losing.
Isn't it her loss if I'm the man and I can change her life and shit like that? Like, isn't that her loss?
No. Because the point is that when you try to see it as winning and losing, you're always going to end up on the wrong end of the perspective, because again, two people trying to
expectation.
Exactly. You have an expectation of good or bad, right and wrong. You have a judgment on it. What I'm trying to get you to do is be objective about the situation. I already discussed with you that two people actually getting together is a complicated deal. You understand? It's a higher probability that you're not going to be able to get together, because like I said, we're all complicated creatures, plus we all have schedules. You understand? So we have to look at that reality. And here's the thing.
The constant work in progress.
Exactly. Here's the thing. And forgive me if I sound harsh, but you seem to enjoy being a victim. Do you understand? Because you not getting what you want makes you think that you're losing, or that there's something wrong with you, or these women don't like you. Why the fuck? Let me ask you a question. You don't know this bitch from nowhere. Why the fuck you want her to like you?
Because I'm an attractive and confident man with goals.
But listen to me. If you like yourself, why the fuck do you want a perfect stranger to like you? Unless I just exposed something.
I don't think so.
Look,
I'm a positive person, so like.
No, you're a positive person, but you're still seeking to be liked. How does that work?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, well, are you on the masculine identity membership?
I tried it out. I'm on the Patreon.
You're on the Patreon? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I suggest you get some coaching for real and I suggest you get coaching with Miles because Miles will definitely help you with your mindset because that's really what needs the help. Because you're saying things.
I feel like this is because I was raised by my mom, though.
See, again, stop blaming your mom. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to go in a different direction. What I'm saying is that you see,
but it played a part in it though.
But this is what I'm trying to get you to understand, right? Is that you keep holding on to things that don't serve you. You know what I'm saying? You have to let go of
let that go.
Yeah, you got to drop all that shit, but you got to really drop it. And this is what I'm saying. You would need coaching because you need to learn how to drop the shit. Because what happens is every time when you say the things you're saying, I don't believe you. In your voice, I can hear, I'm like, this nigga is not serious. Like, this is not, I don't believe you. Your words don't have any impact because based on how you're sounding and what you're saying, it's not matching up to what you're trying to portray. And that's how, and I'm telling you, that's what women feel when they talk to you. Part of the reason why you're getting, this type of energy from them. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Definitely get some coaching, fam.
All right, I'll work on that.
All right, bro.
I got to be a new man, pretty much.
I mean, well, not necessarily a new man. You got to recognize the man that's inside you. Pause.
Right.
All right, bro.
Take that.
All right, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for calling.
Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah.
All right. We got any more calls right now or no?
Nah, that's it.
Okay, cool. Let's finish up this guy. Pause. Everything just sounds.
Yeah, it's June.
And honestly, I felt like going with a wingman basically reduced the anxiety by, 50% or something insane. Because when I was by myself and I got into like a really kind of mental loop of a lot of rejections, blowouts, and whatever, I might kind of get in my head and be like, oh, fuck, I'm fucked. Whereas
you see, it's interesting that like when you listen to him speak, even though and again, this is good that he's actually out there doing what he's doing. But this is why we tell you guys, just because you fucking don't mean you got game.
Exactly. Because
he basically said he smashed 20 chicks in a year. But his mentality is still, man, I needed a wingman because, it's just, way easier with somebody else. I needed that support. You feel what I'm saying? So when you're thinking this way, right, that's going to come out in the interactions you have with the women and the relationships that you're going to try to have with women longer term. You see what I'm saying? So this is why having game is important.
when you have someone by your side, you can talk it through and that person can help you get out of the rut. But going out by myself was way harder, but it more closely matched how I was normally going to meet girls, right? I wasn't always going to be with someone. And this is something I'm really happy that.
You see?
Shout out to him. Shout out to him for making that realization.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to him. Guys, I want you to hear can you pull that back? I need you to hear what he just said.
Let me pull it back real quick. Hold on.
I had to be like, oh, fuck, I'm fucked. Whereas when you have someone by your side, you can talk it through and that person can help you get out of the rut. But going out by myself was way harder, but it more closely matched how I was normally going to meet girls, right? I wasn't always going to be with someone. And this is something I'm really happy that I conquered, being able to do all of it by myself.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? You said this is something I was able to conquer. And guys, this is what I want you to see. What's so good about this video is that this is the difference between motherfuckers who are online and guys who actually go out and do stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you notice, a lot of this stuff he's saying as far as the experiences that he's having, and he's like, I got the reference experience. I realized this is happening. These are all the shit we've been telling you guys. You understand what I'm saying? This is all the stuff we've already been telling you guys. But let's continue. It's almost done.
And finally, the last thing is that most of the conversations are boring. Some of them are weird, and some of them are just straight up the most awkward thing I've ever experienced. And this is normal. Contrary to what you see on social media and other channels, the highlight approaches that you see in these shorts, this is not the norm. This is like actually a pretty rare thing.
And I gotta halfway hit him with the button. So I see what he's trying to say, but so it's okay. It's a few things, right? So he's saying that they're boring. The reason why he's saying it's boring is because he's trying to compare the conversations he's having with these pickup artist highlight reels where they're saying all this goofy, slick shit to try to make shit look cool.
Right.
But the thing is that the conversation within itself won't be boring if you're not boring. If you're not a boring person, nothing's gonna be boring that you're doing because you're that guy, right?
Exactly.
But the thing is, when he's comparing it to what you guys see on the internet, right? It's not gonna be this flashy thing that they try to make it seem out to be. Because this is the thing, when you're having a conversation with a woman, right? It's not this like you guys watch scenes from a James Bond movie or some shit, and every line is carefully crafted and it's super slick, and you're like, oh, that was smooth and blah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, most of your conversations when you first approach a woman aren't going to necessarily be like that. Now, it can be if that's just the style and way you interact with women and talk and all that other stuff. But the thing is that a lot of times what happens is that, and this is where the average guy mind comes in, where you believe that you have to say the most slickest, smoothest, pimped out shit when you talking to a woman. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And you don't need to do that type shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Unless you're, I don't know, going in with some crazy line that's just designed to get a reaction out of someone. But a basic conversation that you would have with someone you just met, where are you from? How are you? Blah, blah, blah. They're just boring, and I realize that's
either where you're from, how you're doing. That is boring. That you shouldn't really necessarily be saying. Well, now again, in a conversation, if you're in a regular conversation with a woman, let's say at a bar, club, whatever it is like that, right? There's actually nothing wrong with having a little bit of small talk. The problem is that most guys don't actually flirt, build sexual tension, do any of those things in those situations. You feel what I'm saying?
That's kind of okay. There's also a very few amount of interactions that actually go like really, really poorly. And by really poorly, I mean, the girl reacts really negatively, calls you an idiot, douchebag, asshole, whatever you want. In probably 1,000 approaches, this has probably only happened maybe 10 times.
See, and I'm glad he said that shit. He said out of 1,000 approaches, only about 10 times the chick was rude, acted like a bitch. And so a lot of you guys, I'm scared to approach girls because they're going to think this and blah, 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 blah.
Right. And I didn't hear him talk about no fucking Me Too shit neither.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
But see, this is my point though, when he was like, oh, like you hear what he's talking about, like, oh, you ask the boring questions and it's kind of boring. That's how I know for a fact that he has yet to really develop his masculine identity.
Right.
Because after a while, it's like, we ain't gonna be talking about that shit no more.
Exactly right.
I'm already assessing. I'm as I walk up to the broad, I'm already assessing what I'm gonna compliment. How I'm already gonna talk about my skin. I mean her skin and my shea butter. Because I'm bringing my identity into the situation. I ain't got time to be talking that regular shit to you. Oh, how are you? Right. What do you do? What's your name? How's it going? No. I'm going to be coming at you with the Miles Cunningham situation. And so I already can see, like I said, I got the dominoes set up. and all I got to do is hit the first one and the dominoes fall. But that's what I'm saying. Even after 1,000 fucking approaches, he's still talking about, hey, what's your name? What do you do? Where are you from? You come here often? Really? Oh, that's great. Like, that's what, bro. I mean, again, respect to him. But guys, if you done 1,000 approaches, like, how the fuck you think I came up with the, you know, is there anybody in your life that would have an issue with? It's because I kept talking and then I put something together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
And now this thing is almost over. But what I want to show y'all real quick is this was a comment left under his video, and this comment I'm gonna show you is gonna show you the fucking stupidity of these niggas on the internet. Now, look at it. Look at what this guy says. This is a comment under this video. He says, "This is such a waste of time. 98% failure rate is insane." You see how these niggas already on that bullshit? He said, "Not saying anything is wrong with bro, but time is the most valuable thing we have, and wasting it on some hoes," he didn't even write it, "isn't logical. Women," now watch this part, watch this fucking stupid shit. "Women have to come to you. Look at King 6'8" the Great. The guy just stands there and hoes flock to him like a magnet. If that's the competition, then I'll just focus on getting rich and traveling and building my life that someone will willingly want to be part of." You see what I'm saying? So these fucking idiots, they're like, this shit is a waste of time because King 6'8" the Great, he just stands there and women just approach him. So I'm just gonna, get money and try to be just like him. This is, guys, you see why I have to break down those videos of the fuck shit?
The nigga is 6'8" and he's standing there with lights and camera in front of him.
Bro, last night, let me tell you, literally last night, I came from the movies. I did a fucking video. I'll show you guys. I'm gonna just pull it up real quick, just so you know what I'm talking about. So last night, I did this video right here. Let me show you guys just real quick so I can just show you guys what I'm talking about, right? And I left the theater. It's probably like a quarter to midnight or some shit, right? So let me go on my page real quick and find the joint. Hold on, where was that? Where is that? Okay, here we go. So real quick. So last night, let me pull this off. Take this off the stage. Here we go. Right. So I'm just showing you this real quick.
Well, I don't see anything. Okay.
So last night, see, I'm outside. Like, I just came out the movies, and I'm not. You ain't gotta hear what I'm saying. But I'm just showing you. Like, I'm out here doing a video, right? And there's hardly nobody out there, right? Because it's almost damn near midnight. But as I'm doing the video, there's a chick standing like in front of me as I'm doing it, so I can see her at the corner of my eye. But I just didn't turn the camera on her because I didn't want her to be in the camera and shit, right, bro? Literally, as I fucking stop this video, I stop recording. Chick walks up to me and she's like, "Oh, hey, I was just listening to what you're saying, and that sounds really cool. And hey, do you do this a lot? And are you on it? You see, like, she approached me because she saw me filming."
Mario, you just was standing there?
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Now imagine you a 6'8" motherfucker, and you're out there filming probably with other motherfuckers. Mind you, I'm holding my own camera. So right. You're out there being filmed by somebody else. You think women aren't going to notice and come up and say shit? That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, man. So it's like, y'all guys got to stop believing the fucking stupid shit. The stupid shit. Like, it was funny because somebody was talking about how it was another dating coach was saying that somebody came to them and showed them a video of the King 6'8", the Great guy, and said, "Oh, I want you to teach me how to do this." And I'm like, this is so stupid. These niggas all went with the bullshit. But it's like, again, this is why it's important to understand the game. Because when you don't understand the game, right, you're gonna be so far behind thinking, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna get my money." Like, look at what this fucking fool said. He said, "Oh, I'm just gonna focus on getting rich and traveling
Mm-hmm.
He says, and building a life that someone will willingly want to be a part. No, they're not going to be wanting to be a part. They're going to use your punk ass for your money, for your resources. He ain't going to know what hit you. You see what I'm saying? But again, this is why you guys have to learn this motherfucking game. You feel what I'm saying?
So,
shout out to Gay Zag. He said these sexually frustrated males are so desperate for female affection that they're literally living in this illusion that a woman approaching you in the street is the end all be all. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And see, that's how I know you don't know who the fuck you are as a man, because a woman, imagine a woman approach. What if I don't like the bitch?
Right, exactly.
What if she got bad breath? What if I don't like her accent or the way she or her vernacular?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, like you dudes just like, well, are all women just fucking perfect?
Right.
That any one of them could just approach you and now you're all of a sudden you're happy and you feel validated?
Right.
No, mother. What if I don't like the bitch? What are we talking about?
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
There's situations where I go up to her and then when she opened her mouth, I'm like, oh, nope, my bad.
Exactly.
Time out.
She sounded like Cardi B and shit.
Yeah, we're out of here. Sorry. Nah, my bad.
Yo.
My bad. I wasted your time. I'm not even going.
Exactly.
Come on, man. I gotta be better with this, man. All right. We got 516. You're on live with Lakari Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Yeah, it's Rex Amelia.
Rex Amelia, what up, man? 40, are you using the free call 45, or are you supporting?
45 from New York.
All right.
I'm using the free call. If that's okay.
Yeah, that's just perfectly fine. What's going on with you, bro?
So I had an epiphany. I've been following Lucario and you, Miles, since 2018.
Oh,
and I remember I got one day I got a $0 check. A $0 check. Right? So what it did for me is it turned me over as far as action goes. So I actually started to throw myself into things fully in self. Mm-hmm. And then as you guys were talking today, what I realized is that the game only respects one thing. The game only respects one thing. And the one thing that the game only respects is massive action. And what comes with massive action is attitude, abundance, awareness, and the awareness. So because you're aware, you know what works and you can duplicate. Because you know what you could duplicate, you design a system. So there is no right or wrong. If she does this, if she goes left, I do that.
Right.
If they go right, I do that. There is no rap, because when you judge things, then you start to think and get stuck in it. But if you know that when they do this, I do that. If you have a system in place, duplication, the attitude, the massive action, you can't lose. The game's going to treat you good. The game going to love you back. Massive action makes the game love you back.
Facts. Real talk.
Exactly. I keep trying to tell people you get out what you put in.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically what it is. Like I was talking to Miles about this the other day. I was like, yo, a lot of guys think that we're special or some shit. I'm like, no, everything we're telling y'all to do, we have to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if I don't go out and I don't talk to women, I don't get no women. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm not actually putting in the work to make it happen, nothing happens. Like, do you guys think that, like, for example, me and Miles, we're long-term relationships. You think our relationships are working just because we chilling? No, this shit is an everyday process of putting in work. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what you guys got to understand. It's a consistent you putting in that work in order to get the results that you're trying to get. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Real talk.
Yeah, Miles, and just to give you guys, like a reference, I was on commission, and that's why I got a $0 check. Because when you're on commission, your effort is the only thing that matters. And the number one reason people leave sales is because they don't talk to enough people. I'm gonna say that one more time. The number one reason people leave sales is because they don't talk to enough people. That's the only reason that people fail.
Real
That's
talk.
sales.
Yes, sir.
Oh shit, man.
Gotta talk to people, man. That's a fact. You gotta talk to people.
Right. The answer is talk to more people. That's the only answer.
Facts.
Anything else, and you're lying to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate y'all. I love what y'all doing. I want to tell Loke I got the one video that he dropped last week. How to have an abundance mindset. Every morning I wake up at 5 o'clock. I listen to that before I start my day.
Nice.
Because I don't even think people got the jewels out of that. That little 28 minute session is not little, it's big. And it's amazing. The mindset. You guys keep talking about mindset. So Loke, I appreciate what you're doing. Miles, I see you. You got the soap. I appreciate that. You got the masculine identity. I appreciate that, what you're doing.
Yes,
and I appreciate you guys, just standing firm when all the other guys are saying the opposite of what you're saying.
Facts.
So I appreciate you guys representing the game, and I'm giving y'all cigars.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
That's real talk, because like he said, to stand there and say what we say, even though all them other motherfuckers is saying the opposite, right? And based on the quote unquote numbers, the subs and this and that, they got more numbers, right? You get what I'm saying? Like, they got the numbers, they got the people,
right?
But we continue to be consistent in what we say and the truth behind what we say. So appreciate him for pointing that out. That's a fact. But 941, I'm gonna call him back. I'm gonna call him back, see what's going on with 941, because I missed his call while I was on the phone with homie.
Real talk.
Nine 401.
Guys, this is Kobe from Florida.
Oh, Kobe, what's going on with you, man? What's going on, Kobe?
I sent $20 to your cash.
Yes, sir. I got it. Appreciate it, brother. All right.
Yes, sir.
What's going on with you, man? What's the word? How many? Was she in a wheelchair this time? And she crawled up the stairs to come see.
Actually, I got a day like around 7 p.m. But I just wanted to call in and then say something real quick. But there's one thing that I need to say and address, right? Because I was watching the last Friday show that you and Milo did. This one caller was talking about how he felt so insecure about his accent and the way he looked in person versus online when he meets women, right? So let me tell you this quick story real quick. That was the other day, I met this chick, a couple of days ago. And then as I was talking to her, she was like, "Oh my God, you have an accent, blah, blah, blah. I love your accent. Where does that accent come from?" I'm like, "Hey, listen. Here's what we're going to do. If you want to know more about my accent, I want you to take down my numbers, text me, so me and you can get together and grab a smoothie, and then I'll tell you all you need to know."
Yeah, there we go.
Right? And then she texts me. We set up a date, time, and place. She show up on the date. We're going back and forth. And then in my mind, I was like, you know what? So I actually say something in a different language, right? Because I know what she's going to ask me. She's going to want to know exactly what I said. And then she was like, "Oh my God, that sounds so sexy. Like, can you tell me exactly what you said?" I was like, "Hey, listen. I can tell that your pussy is soaking wet for me right now. And if there was anybody around me, you would be on top of me, riding me like a cowgirl right now." She was dying, laughing, and everything, right? And next thing you know, we were at my place. We ended up having sex. I walked her back downstairs, and that was all she was, bro.
Exactly.
Oh,
God.
Yo, that nigga.
That's exclusive audio from Kobe's apartment.
Yeah, I mean, if I was like, "Oh my God, I feel so insecure," bro, that shit would never happen, because a lot of guys will never get it because they are out there dealing and interacting with women, right? So once you accept yourself, self-acceptance, then you will stop giving a fuck about what other people think of you.
Right.
And what you say about yourself, you become. See, the more you realize that there's no one else to impress but yourself, then you start to love yourself and appreciate yourself more.
That's a fact. That's real talk. That's real fucking talk, man.
What you say about yourself, you become. You see? Real talk.
That's a fact.
Cool.
Yes, sir. And then one last thing I gotta say, right? See, like the moment they a lot of guys would feel some kind of way because like the moment they start going to like a dry spell and not getting what they want out of the dating game, then they start simping, double texting, and doing things on the women terms. But see, when you have game and have an abundance mindset, you don't have time to spend to double text with women because you love yourself so much, you're willing to let them go, they're not willing to cooperate. I just want to say that. So thank you guys for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Have a great
week. Appreciate it, man. That's what I'm talking about. And look at you see the mindset of Miguel? He said this dude calling every Friday, he might be capping. You see guys, understand. You don't see the world as it is. You see the world as you are. What quote was that? That was from somebody, but it is real talk.
So so Miguel, because you don't get no buns, that means Kobe's capping. Okay, gotcha.
Because this is what happened. You know, there's countries where people have to walk miles to get water and shit, right? So if I said I woke up this morning out my bed and went in my kitchen and got water, they're gonna be like, "What? He's capping." Ain't no way he just walked to his kitchen and got water. I have to walk up the hill and the mountain to get water. You see what I'm saying? So understand that your level is where you're going to see things at, and you're not going to believe what other people are saying based on the fact that you are not at that level. That's why people love to see receipts.
Exactly.
Mario, Miles, I gotta see, because I have no experience dealing with a woman at all. I don't believe that a woman would actually like a man, so I need to see proof. And that's the stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me see what some of these questions are saying really quick. So it says, Miles, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight?
Hey, I am looking forward to that shit. I'm gonna definitely hit the pay-per-view for that. Yes. Canelo versus Crawford. And who I'm rooting for is Crawford. I think Crawford is gonna win. I don't know for sure, but I'm going for Crawford.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Like the next big fight.
So it says, when a woman shows the high interest and follows the instruction, but come over to change her mind on the sex, do you change to her having free will or charge it to miscalculation on her following? What? I'm confused by how I even asked that.
Look, if you let a chick know that y'all supposed to smash and she come over and change her mind, just have her exit the exit stage left. No problem.
Basically.
But see, look at his language. He said the woman shows high interest and follows instructions. A lot of times when guys think a woman is showing high interest, they feel like they don't have to still tell her, hey,
right,
when you come over here, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you.
Right, exactly. Because she could be cooperating just based on cooperating with whatever has been happening, but not necessarily cooperating to make sex happen. This is why you need to flirt and build sexual tension when you first meet her on the date to make sure that she's actually sexually interested in showing sexual interest. And another thing, what you guys can do is this, right? This is what I know a lot of y'all guys do. Y'all invite women over and then y'all bullshit and lollygag for a long time before y'all start to make moves. What you want to do is as soon as that chick come in, you close the door and then you turn her around and stick your tongue in her mouth and start kissing from that point. You know what I'm saying? Start doing that shit from that point. You know what I'm saying? So you can see if she, because like, check this out. If you start within the first 5 minutes of her getting there versus waiting a whole half an hour, 45 minutes and shooting the shit and doing all this other stuff, you can find out if she's actually down within those 5 minutes. And if she's down within those 5 minutes, you say, hey, listen, ain't no problem. I'll walk you to your car. So now she didn't spend a whole 45 minutes to an hour wasting time in your house doing nothing.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, you know, that's what it is. Where's we at? Can you talk about women that get with them nerdy / weak guys? I see this a lot. Well, first of all, don't worry about who other women are getting with. Now, if we talk about that, that's just for your learning experience and education about the game. But we're saying to you, Marcus, in general, focus more on your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Marcus is like, I'm interested in nerdy guys.
Exactly, right? So this says, as your game or can a man's game get to a point where he can look at a woman and see that she will be susceptible to following a man's lead, or do you think that solely on instructions? No, it has to be instructions, because you have to have a woman actually do the thing. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to present, you have to present her with the opportunity to follow your lead, and then she has to follow through. So you can't say, oh, that girl over there looks like she would cooperate. No, you have to actually see, is she going to cooperate? You see what I'm saying? So cooperation doesn't have a look. Cooperation is an action. You see what I'm saying? So don't.
shout out to Joey M with the he sent the 10 in. Appreciate it, brother.
What's up?
Yes, sir.
Says, does it hurt to tell guys if you're not physically attractive with status and over 400K, the numbers game is going to need to be needed way more? We preach heavy numbers if you ain't popping in the what?
No.
What is he talking about?
No, let me tell you, niggas that's popping in the game still got to put up numbers.
Right. I don't understand. So he's saying, is there to tell guys if you're not physically attractive? First of all, if you're physically attractive with status, you still got to play the numbers game. I don't like guys. I don't know why y'all think that. See, this is the thing. Either it's going to happen on the front end or the back end. And what I mean by that is, this is why, for example, I'm going to bring up King 68 the Great again. Perfect example. A lot of you guys see these videos where the girls are talking to them, approaching them. Let's just say, for sake of argument, those are real. Let's say, for just hypothetically, those are real. Because he's not giving the woman any actual instruction for her to follow, even if he gets these girls' numbers, once he calls them or texts them or whatever, that's when he's going to see if these chicks is really about it. You understand what I'm saying? So now what's going to happen is that what's mostly going to happen is more than half those women are going to be attention whores. And you even seen it in the video I showed the other day, where the girl told him to pick her and her friend up at some place. That's already attention whore behavior.
He was like, okay.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So either you're going to know on the front end by being direct and letting the woman know what you want and then her rejecting you, or you're going to learn on the back end by being indirect and then calling her later and then she reject you. You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand why y'all motherfuckers think.
People pay me a lot of money to reorganize cabinets. I'm serious. That's what I do. No, I'm serious.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, I don't play basketball. I reorganize cabinets and I be reaching for things on the top of the fridge. People pay me a lot of money for that. tall guy jokes.
Exactly. That's that tall man game. We got the handsome man
game. That's that tall man game. Yeah, people pay me to change light bulbs. Lots of money.
Bruh.
So it says, I'm also sure that they are guys that look good but fail because of their game not being on par, but we can't deny the enormous fact that they still getting motion with women. Isn't that proof? No, it's not. Guys, yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny when you guys don't understand shit. It's actually cute. It's like, it's very adorable. Like, it's like, you're like, oh, this guy thinks like, what are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? And when do say we can't deny, no, we can, because we have game and you don't. You don't understand what you're talking about. I'm talking about they're still getting, what's the motion? Please tell us the motion these guys are getting. What they're getting to talk to some random woman about nothing? Is that the motion? You understand what I'm saying? Like, bro, we had a whole video in Miami of us going up to chicks talking about nothing.
Nothing.
Like, what are you talking about? What's the motion? Come on, man. Stop. Shit is crazy. Because I hear you talk about the success of women, but can you talk about those rejections you experienced? And what are some harsh ones? How did it make you feel? Did you cry? Please let us know. Make a video. Yeah, she said no, and I couldn't take it.
Why do you want to focus on those?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Did you cry? Yes, I cried. You see that? You see right here? This is what they want to come over and this is the type of content that they want.
Right, exactly.
They want us to get into a circle jerk with them.
Mm-hmm. About some goofy shit.
And like, you know that the thing where them niggas is crying in the pool?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had the clip, I know Steve be having that clip.
Oh yeah.
But,
they're hugging each other, crying, letting out all the stress and energy.
yo, man, she rejected me harshly, bro. And then I went into the corner and I cried, bro. And how did it make me feel? It made me feel like less of a man.
Mm-hmm. Man.
Emotional damage.
It says, do women care if a guy is a virgin? Why do you care if women care? Like, again, guys, you know what abundance mindset means? That means you don't have to care what a woman cares about, because whatever you're about, there's going to be women who fuck with it. Period. It's your job to find those women. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is not rocket science. It says, in a previous live, I heard it's feminine to block a woman's number if she's not cooperative, attracted to you. Why should you not block her on your phone?
Yo, some niggas think it's feminine. I don't.
This is the thing.
Me personally, I block bitches. Now, here's the reason why. It's because I don't block every bitch, but in certain situations, once I close the door, the door is closed.
Right.
Like I'm done. So when I block, see, the thing is that for a lot of you guys, when you think of blocking a chick, you think of blocking her to be malicious or to like get back.
Right. Or you're emotional about it and shit.
I'm blocking so I never have to waste time on that ever again.
Right. Exactly.
Like I'm making sure that she is outside of the realm of being able to contact me ever again. So we don't gotta go there, because what y'all don't understand is that some situations, especially if I know like it don't serve, it's like I don't need to ever speak to her again.
Yeah, because there's times where, for example, I've had situations where I set up a date with a chick and then she flakes.
Yeah.
Then I leave her on red and then she hits me up again like 2 weeks later. I'm like, no, I'm not even like, what are we talking about here? Like,
I don't want to deal with a woman that would start our interaction by flaking on me.
Right, exactly.
I never need to speak or see that woman ever again. And it's not about, like I said, it's not about getting back at anybody. The bottom line is you showed me who you were.
Right.
And because I know who I am, I know that your caliber of person doesn't belong in my life. So you get blocked.
Exactly.
Again, intent and purpose, that's what differentiates men, differentiates males from men.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of you males block bitches because you trying to quote unquote get back at them.
Right.
I block bitches to make sure that I don't waste my time ever again.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Real talk. All right, we're gonna get a few more questions and we're gonna wrap it up.
All right, let me kill the lines.
What abundance video was a caller calling a few calls back? I don't know. I don't remember. You guys I got like mad videos, so you'd have to call back in and
Yo, flexing on y'all niggas.
We got like 7,000 videos on the channel, so I don't know.
Yeah, I got mad videos, nigga.
Videos, son. It says, outside of allegations of editing, what was the difference between your live in Miami and the one you did on 6/8? So the difference was that the Miami one is actual real interactions because it was live. You understand? Now, we could have faked that too. It would have been very elaborate, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Live, that's one. Two, the difference between what we were doing on that video and what King 6/8 the Great is doing is that we were not talking to the women to try to get with them, because we showed the women they were on camera. So as soon as you show the woman they're on camera, the interaction is not authentic. It can't be, it's impossible. You understand what I'm saying? With the King 6/8 the Great, what he wants you guys to believe is that all of that is authentic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And check this out. Even if I'm trying to be fair. Let's say that the camera's up, it's real, it just happened to be that way. One of the reasons in a lot of those cases is because the camera's up. You guys got to understand that when you're
and the lights.
Right. When you're doing, me and April was in Times Square the other day, right? There was this dude. I don't know who he is, but I guess he's like kind of big on TikTok or whatever, or one of these joints. But there's this like young white dude, and he had a dude filming him. So me and April passed them two, and he was just in a little corner filming something. This nigga walked right behind us, maybe like 10, 15 feet. And then these other people saw him and they was like, yo, that's so-and-so, what up, bro? Oh, shit. And then other people was like looking at him. So like people get excited when they see shit happening.
Yeah.
And if you notice in the King 6'8" Great video we did, if you notice the first scene, the girl said, she asked him, do you do basketball?
Yep.
So what I'm saying is that alludes to her assuming or imagining he's either a basketball player or somebody famous.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And people like to be around it. Just like when I was doing the video last night and the girl walked up to me, and mind you, at midnight, a chick is walking up to a random dude. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to understand those different things. So a lot of times, guys, when you understand the game, you understand different dynamics. So this is why, again, when we was in Miami, a lot of y'all don't understand that all we were doing was just talking to women about nothing. This is why in the entire video, you can't even see us really try to exchange information with nobody. Why do you think that was happening? Because we understood that as soon as you are on camera, it is not real.
Exactly.
And in fact, check this out. Let me show you how deep it goes. Do you think if I was just sitting, I'm in my place right now. You think if the camera was not on, you think I'll be wearing this hat and this shirt? No, nigga, I'll be in a tank top with this hat off, probably eating some fucking whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But because I'm on camera and I'm gonna be viewed by you guys, and we're giving a live show.
Right, on YouTube that got rules and all that other shit.
Right. So I'm gonna dress appropriately for the occasion.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Just like a lot of times when we're on camera, even though we're teaching you guys, we try to make it entertaining for you. That's why we have all the fucking sound effects. Yeah. That's why we do all that shit. That's why we speak loudly like this. You understand what I'm saying? Like all that shit is purposeful. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you guys got to understand. It's like once the camera is on, it's not real life. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. Says Miles, what's the difference between being weak or addicted?
What's the difference between being weak and being addicted? Well, being weak is not having the strength to take action. Being addicted is being weak, but you're blaming it on something. You understand? Being weak is just saying, I don't have enough strength to take action. I don't have enough energy to take action. But being addicted is saying, well, I don't have enough strength to take action because porn is stopping me from living a full life. Or I don't have enough strength to take action because I stay, the show came on and I stayed up late watching TV. So I'm addicted to TV, and that's why I'm tired. No, you're tired because you chose to stay up late.
Right.
Oh, I'm addicted to TV. No, you're not addicted to TV. You chose to watch TV late.
Mm-hmm.
But see, you're just weak trying to blame it on something. So weakness is fucking up, and then addicted is fucking up with an excuse.
Right. Real talk. All right, so we got two more questions and we out of here. How have you facilitated a situation where you had to change plans with a bitch? I don't change plans. So
I'll explain it. I'll explain what this is, because one time I had to change plans. So I was trying out a new spot, and I got to the spot before her, and I just hit her up and I was like, "Yo, this spot is whack. I got a backup." And I was like, "So meet me here instead. I'll text it to you."
Right.
That's it. Cool. That's literally it.
There's an actual one I met at a bar. Where are you from? And she left me on delivered. What? Wait. So you met the girl at the bar. I guess you got her information. Why would you ask her where she's from after the fact? Like
why do you care?
Yeah, like
can you play the Rosebud?
Exactly right. Here we go.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Exactly. That just sounds weird. So you met a girl at a bar, you was talking to her, and then y'all exchanged information, then you went home and that's what you typed her. Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Like what?
I thought we could start a conversation. You know, I thought we could start, you know.
Like
emotional damage.
Well, she left you undelivered because she realized, like, okay, this guy is like every other guy that's not, you know, he has no direction of where he wants to go and make things happen. So, guys, remember, y'all got to understand, y'all not the only dudes that's hollering at chicks. So you're the 10th guy who asks her something insignificant. She's trying to see if you're going to set up the date or something, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, text these girls where and when. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. All right, people. So we about to wrap this shit up, man. You doing a Manhood Skill Set tomorrow?
Oh, yes. Manhood is a Skill Set show, 12 noon. Shout out to Kay Zaggin, Jay Roman, and sometimes Mr. Justin. What else? Oh, guys, we are going to be talking about learned helplessness and the victim mentality of men and how it affects your masculine identity on Monday's master Zoom class. So listen. Go to masculineidentitymembership.com. When you get to the checkout page, type in the word summer and you can join the Masculine Identity membership on the lowest tier for just 99 cents. You understand? And you could be a part of that conversation Monday, 11 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be a very serious conversation, guys. So please come through. We want to see you there. And yeah, man, other than that, man, have a great weekend, man. Now, you know, and then, of course, check us out on Sunday for the Real Game No Theory show. And what else you got going on, LaCar? You going live at 5 tomorrow?
Yeah, so live at 5. And also remember, guys, go get the 99-cent summer sale at Master Membership. And also remember, the Master the Vetting Process program is on a discount price till June 30th. So you guys got a few days left to get this shit cracking. Go get it now. Do not wait at the last minute. July 1st, price is going up. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys do that and get that cracking. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And we will holler at y'all later. And remember, people, the truth is inside you. Peace. We gone. We out.
I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't going to get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You got to understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you got to work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not going to be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. and they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And they only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never, ever had, I didn't even know. That was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculine